Okay, everybody, welcome to the July 11th Board of Selectmen meeting. Can you please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. First up on the agenda is we have the acknowledgements. This is where we celebrate birthdays and recognize and show respect to the passings. This month we have 9 birthdays to celebrate. We have David Skelly from the Fire Department, Peter Mames from the Fire Department, myself, Ruth Gutman from the Library, Kim Ladysheff, the bookkeeper, Justin Doty from the Fire Department, Jerry Randall from the Fire Department, Christopher LeBerry from the Fire Department, and Brian Leahy from the Police Department. I'd like to wish all these individuals a happy birthday and thank them for their service to the town of Milton, for the townspeople of Milton.
I'd like to add one. Tom, is it your birthday as well?
As I said, myself as well.
Okay.
I did.
Okay.
Thank you, though. And like I said, the other side of it is where we show respect to the people who passed in the previous month. And we have 2. We have Lionel Denoncourt and Loretta Tilton. So if we can bow the heads for a moment of silence for these 2 individuals, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you, everyone. I would also ask that we show another moment of silence of respect for the 5 police officers who got shot in Dallas and killed. Thank you. Okay, now getting on to the agenda. We had discussion with Mr. Elder, discussion RSA 91A. You're up, Les.
I have some concerns on request for information.
Okay.
I had submitted RSA 91A request for right to know information on May 24th, May 25th, as well as June 3rd, June 6th, and June 13th, and I still have not received a response.
Okay.
So,
I just don't understand what the issue is.
Well-
The law says you have 5 days to
I
respond.
understand. No, and you're absolutely
Yeah.
correct.
No one responded.
Okay, no, you're absolutely correct on that.
Um,
We have been,
I'm not done. I have quite a few issues that I'd like to bring up.
okay, we're going to address one at a time.
Pardon me?
We're going to address one at a time.
All right.
Thank you. On the RSA 91A request, you're absolutely right. We should have those 2 in a very short period of time, 5 days, law states. We have been limping along on a very short staff that is overworked without a town administrator, so it's been kind of a struggle to get a lot of things done. As you can see, we don't have a recording clerk. We're still trying to find a recording clerk. So we've been limping along. We're doing the very best we can, and I know that's not the answer you want to hear.
No, it's not an excuse, Tom. It's not, it's a violation of the law.
Okay, I understand that. I understand that. We have had a conversation with the town council. He's going to be working on Wednesday to get these things addressed to you. Is Wednesday correct, Kathy? Yes. I mean, we can only do so much less. There's only so many hours in a day, and there's so many people here.
Okay. Well, I guess there's no issue in even discussing anything else, because you obviously, the Board of Selectmen, it appears to me, don't even have a respect for the laws of the state that you were sworn to uphold.
That's absolutely not true.
If a law says you have to do something and you don't do it, how am I supposed to feel?
No, I I don't disagree with you. I'm not arguing about it. I don't disagree with you on that at all. But we have been struggling just to try to get the basic functions of the town operating with the shorthand, without the town administrator, without, the people we have here are picking up extra responsibilities and trying to keep things moving.
We'd hope we all work together as a community to help us get
But it
along
has
through
to
this
start
tough
at the
time.
top.
Pardon
And
me?
you're obviously, it has to start at the top.
Right,
To work
we're doing the
together.
best we can, Les.
Yeah, like we said, Wednesday he's gonna come in, the town council's gonna address it.
All right, I give up. I wanted to bring it forward, and it's obviously
Thank you.
falling on deaf ears.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's not, how do you figure?
Because
All right, so what do you want us to do right now? It sounds like you said you want some action right now. What do you want,
I
Les?
said, no.
So what do you, I don't understand what you want.
I
mean, what-
expect you to respond within 5 days, and you haven't.
Right, well, we just got done telling you, we don't even have anybody to fill into that spot right now. So I've been working with the director of assessing, I'm working with land use clerk, people who have no experience in this area, and myself. If you need to blame somebody, blame me, Lester, because I've been overseeing a lot of this. I'm not anyone who knows how to prepare these, and we're doing our best. Working strictly underneath the eye of the town attorney.
I mean, moving forward, we're gonna get a new town administrator, and this will be all water over the dam, and hopefully the town will be back, working the way it was 6 months ago. But unfortunately, we don't have a town administrator right now, and we're doing the best we can.
There's 3 of you that could have answered. There's 3 of you that could have answered those letters, the requests. There's 3 selectmen up here. Not one of them answered it.
Well, unfortunately, I didn't know anything about him.
But yeah, to blame it on
Okay.
me.
You didn't know anything about it?
I saw,
What?
I didn't know, actually, I did know about them, I didn't know what their content was, and I didn't look at them either. Taking care of other things that have been going on.
Yes, Doug.
Excuse me, so I thought we had a town administrator.
We do.
We can't start till
Yeah,
August,
she doesn't start till
Oh, I see,
mid-August.
sorry. Okay.
otherwise we wouldn't even be having this
Oh, okay,
conversation.
all right, thank you.
Stan.
You 3 are aware that the law states that you're personally responsible by way of a fine for this violation. Not the town, you personally.
And like we said, we have talked to
Yep.
the town attorney, and he said that he will take care of it on Wednesday.
In the past,
So, ensure, we will get those to you. I'm asking you, all of you, to work with us to move forward. We don't want an argument, we want to work together as a community.
when we were between town administrators, we've hired municipal resources, I believe,
Yep.
to put someone in here. Why wasn't that done?
I didn't even know that was available, to tell you the truth, Stan.
I'm sorry?
I didn't know that was available, to tell you the truth.
MRI.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't know it was available.
that's why they do exist, to put people,
Yeah.
to fill these slots so that laws are abided by, and things get done for towns rather than they get in the back.
You mean
burner.
like an interim? Is that,
Temporary,
yep.
yeah. But you paid them a lump sum? Well, Tom knows, he's done it many times.
Well, not many times, he's done it a few times, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess what I have to say in closing then is that I would like to get a response within 5 days from today. And if I can't, then I will.
I'll personally see that happen, okay, Stan?
I will pursue what I have to do.
Wrong
That's-
person.
I mean, it's all.
What is it,
it's all
Les.
done.
what does that mean? I'll do what I have to do. I
It's
don't-
just, I have a legal right to pursue
Yeah,
it.
okay, all right. Well, I just told you, I will take full responsibility and get those to
There's
you.
3 of you up there.
I will take care of it. And now you've submitted them, so we have them here, right?
I have
I'll
copies of the
guarantee
signed
you I will
receipt.
take care of that ASAP, okay?
All right.
Thank you. Moving on, Tom?
Yep, moving on. Ari Goldenberg, sign permits. Floor's yours.
Well, I'm sorry you guys are so understaffed and everything. I feel for you. My thing is, I've got there's a sign permit for one off-site premise sign that I filled out the application. Part of the thing is who controls the property, the permission. There's the person who signed the application, that's on file. The town controls the permitting process and the right-of-way at the site. I filed everything that has to be filed the way it has to be. There's a description of the sign, the size, the text, and it's been denied. And I was told that I had to appeal the decision. I had to appeal to the individual that made the decision on the sign, which I just don't see how that makes sense. But I do. I'd like to get a written response from you folks. I appreciate all that. I understand you guys are way overworked and all that. But in keeping with local support for local businesses, I've got a business that's only going to be open not even 2 more months, and I have a sign that's basically it meets the existing sign sizes and it's just like other signs that are up there. And I guess I'd like to learn the appeal process. The distinctions between the descriptions of a sign that's a directional sign and how this could not just be. I'm just trying to look for a way that I can keep. If it's a matter of it being a temporary sign, I can put it up each day. I mean, it's basically I'm looking for an administrative review, I guess, of the situation, because it's not a big deal. I don't want to waste you guys' time with it all.
It's not a waste of time.
I do want to be able to put one sign up there, because there's a lot of signs up that, I mean, what anybody else does with their signs, really none of my business, but like, I know that by this process, I should be able to have one sign that can be up, an off-site premise sign is up to 24 square feet, and was told that it could only be 2 square feet because it's a directional sign, and that's not in keeping with any of the other signs that are up there. So I'm just looking to be able to keep, I guess I'd make a motion to either be able to keep the sign up for the next 7 weeks or 2
Where
months.
was the sign located?
It's right at the end of 75.
Okay, it's right on the state highway right away.
It's right on
Yeah.
my friend's property over there. So it's
Yeah, Brian has his hand up. He wants us.
Those are directional signs. They have both Mr. Goldberg's and Mackenzie's on state right of way. It's on the inside of the telephone poles on the edge of the state right of way. It is a directional sign. It's in our sign ordinance to be 2 by 2, which is kind of 4 square feet, which is rather small, and I agree with Ari on that.
Yep.
However, it's not a permit. The sign ordinance says these signs are allowed without permits. I had him fill out applications. He's right. His I think 4 by 6. Mackenzie's 3 by 4. Our sign is basically 2 by 2 that we require. However, they're agricultural and they're seasonal. They will be down at the end of the season. I'm going to talk to the planning board with Bruce Woodruff, because he's kind of acknowledged that our sign ordinance is antiquated, way out of date.
Yeah, it is.
So if the board is happy with it, I'm not going to pursue this anymore, this sign, until we get this all straightened out.
Yeah.
And they are seasonal and they are agricultural.
Yeah, and they're also on the state right away, which we really don't have jurisdiction over the state right away.
Right.
So, Tom, I've looked at a few different sign ordinances, and there's a lot of language missing in ours. Our ordinances are a mess that way.
Right.
I know who they're written by. They're written by,
I think they were pieced together over the
Those
years.
Yeah.
together, I bet you have no idea where they started.
Right,
It's a
yeah.
little bit more than that,
Well, you know,
Michelle and I.
in like some of these other ones, these are tools that are given to department heads like the code enforcement officer, where this one was this is for a freestanding sign, okay? And this ordinance was put into place in 1973. However, the last sentence says, existing signs now in use will not be affected by the above requirements. We don't have any language like that. It takes all the tools away from him.
Right.
So I agree with Brian. You ought to go back to the planning board
Like I
and see
said,
if
these
we
are
can work on it.
agricultural signs, they're seasonal.
Yep.
I have no problem with them if the board doesn't have a problem.
I have no
No,
problem with
you
them.
know, that's great.
Okay.
That's a good
Yeah, I
idea.
have no
Thank you.
problem, so.
Thank you very much.
Yep, thank you.
Thanks, Brian.
Okay, you all set with that, Ari, or?
Yep.
Okay. Next, I asked to have a discussion with code enforcement officer on a few different things. First one is where do we stand on dilapidated buildings? I know you issued cease and desist. I'm just curious where we are with that. And,
We are at with the one by Cumberland Farms.
yeah.
I had the two brothers were in to my office on July 5th. They wanted to have 30 or 40 more days to obtain financing to rebuild that building. I said, yeah, I don't think so. I said,
Yeah.
there's been no progress made, there's been nothing done to it since
Right.
last year. And
Right.
I think it's gonna be up to the board, but I would say no until we see something. They assured me that they would start tearing down the second floor off this building this week. I haven't been by to see yet. If they start, they're gonna be presenting me with a letter to present to you gentlemen with their request for an extension until I get financing. But I said, I haven't seen it yet. He's got all the information.
Have they come in and got a demolition request, permit rather?
They don't want to demo it, they want to save it. They're gonna take the second floor off and save the first floor.
Okay.
They have a better chance taking up the second floor and saving the top floor. I mean, taking up the bottom floor and saving the top floor.
Exactly. But again, I told them if I didn't have a letter this week, we're gonna proceed to take it to court.
Yep.
And over the town attorney.
Yep.
Now, that building is in probate. The mother has passed away, and she's still listed as the owner of that place.
Nothing like muddy in the waters, huh?
Yeah, yeah, just throw some more dirt in.
Yeah.
The other one you're probably gonna go to would be Bowling Road.
Yep, Bowling Road, that one there's,
Bowling
and there's
Road.
one more that,
I have not issued anything on it. In looking at it, it's not a hazard to another structure, another building. The place is uninhabited. There's keep out signs. If the board would like, I will issue cease and desist and have it demolished. We can do that. But I'd like your opinion in whether we should or we shouldn't, because it's like, as right now, it's just, it looks bad, and that's it.
right.
So, if we did say we moved ahead with this, would it be at the town's dime to do that? Have you been in
To
touch
tear
with
it
the owner?
down,
Yeah.
we would send a cease and desist to the owners in
Right.
Massachusetts.
Yeah,
And advise them that we have decided that building is a hazard to, well, it's not a hazard to the public, because the public's, let's keep out signs there.
Right.
yeah.
There's a dilapidated, we can order them to razz it or repair,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what we can start with that. And I think it's 155D.
Right. Okay.
And the next one, I think.
I mean,
Yeah, I was
You know,
gonna-
it wouldn't hurt to
Yeah,
send
I
a
was gonna say,
letter.
Yeah.
let's send them a letter anyways, and,
Yeah, be registered, certified, cease and desist,
yeah,
okay?
and see what happens there. Another one that was brought to my attention was
Kathy
30,
Bean,
huh?
Yes,
Milton Mills,
yeah.
that has a cease and desist, it was issued last week.
Yeah.
She has an active demolition permit that she pulled last August, it's going for a year.
So she's good till 8/25/16 of this year.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I also sent another cease and desist out to her last week.
Yep. Okay. And another one that came up is, Mr. Tebow's property where next to Three Ponds Garage. The driveway, the pavement, the wall. He seems to think he's encroaching on his property, and there's no permits given for the wall or the pavement or any of that.
You don't normally issue any permits for walls or pavement.
Okay.
As far as encroachment, where's the encroachment coming in?
The pavement comes right up to over the bin. And the wall, they dug, that land originally came right down to the.
That
back
is,
of the road,
yeah, but
And
it's
they dug it right up
that's
to the line, beyond the line, and the wall
on the record that there's no
on the
permit
line
needed.
and it's actually on the neighbor's land.
The wall is not required for a permit. Stone walls and any kind of wall, we don't require permits for that.
But in the
That is-
IBC, 2009
I
building
understand that.
code, isn't there a thing in there about exemption for permits on walls that are over 4 feet?
I didn't know what,
I emailed you that section.
I didn't just read the part about the exceptions.
I emailed you that section. The
Okay, I
code
didn't,
book.
there was no permit pulled for that. I don't know if it was ever required, and here, Winnie Town does not require, we have not.
But
Any-
have
any-
you
any
adopted the
retaining wall?
2009 IBC code?
It's an IRC.
Yeah.
So if that's the code you're enforcing, and they're under the exemption for permits, any wall over 4 feet requires a permit. I don't
It's
understand
never brought to my attention before now.
why it wouldn't be enforced.
Yeah,
Right.
I see books, that thick, I can't read it all at once.
All right, let's do this then. Can you look into that?
Yeah,
Just look into what it is
on
and,
the encroachment part though, I can't.
yeah, that's,
He was granted in 2010, a variance to do what he did there, through the ZBA. To add that added day on there, and all the other thing he did there.
okay. All right, I mean, the encroachment part of it, that's gonna be something between the owner and yourself. I mean, if there's supposed to be a permit on the wall and that wasn't
Yeah.
done, then that's something we need to address
Okay,
as a town. So if you can just look into that and let's, get that answered and,
Because that wall has come down since I've been there. That wall came down last fall.
I
Actually,
don't know
it
nothing about it.
demolished the truck that was parked below it. Quite concerned.
All right.
The issue.
Moving forward.
Anything else while I'm standing?
Thanks, Brian.
Andy, you had something you wanted to ask, I thought?
Brian?
Yeah.
Oh, L&L, trash.
Oh, that's right.
How were they, I rode by there a couple of weeks ago, and he has more tires down there than the town has. I mean, maybe you could just look into
I'll
that.
talk to him.
All right, thank you, Brian.
I'll pull him over tomorrow, because he's
Okay.
got his trash on the town.
All right.
Yeah. And on the wall thing, if you can just get, within a few days, week, whatever you need, just, so we
He'll
can,
usually, if you catch it, say it someone, he'll clean it up.
yeah. But I'm talking on the wall thing, if you just review that, let us know what you find out. You're good.
Okay,
All right,
yeah,
thank you.
you're welcome.
Okay. Next up, acceptance of a donation.
I was emailed by Sewell Davidson
Yep.
last week, and he was in registering his cars or whatever he was doing, and he was looking at the computer monitors, and he noticed that they were like 13 inches or 14 or whatever they are, and he's like, this is kind of ridiculous, really. I mean, you can barely see him when you're sitting there. And he had some that he wanted to donate to town, and I was very appreciative, and I took his donation, and I just wanted to bring it up with you too,
So we can approve it, or?
so we can approve it. He did just drop them off, so they're very nice computer monitors, and I want to thank him very much.
Yeah. I will make a motion to
They're
ex-
actually 19-inch monitors. We're going from 14 to 19. And they're beautiful Dell monitors.
Yeah.
Two of them.
So,
I will make a motion to accept the donation of the computer monitors and send Saul a letter of thank you.
very good.
Second.
Thanks.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Sewer abatement. And we have two of them here, both of the same property. Yep. We have a sewer abatement, cause of abatement property was incorrectly charged for 7 units, should be only charged for 6 units. $115.50 is the cost of extra unit charge. This is at map 42, lot 125, 585 White Mountain Highway. That's one abatement for this property. The second one is for a total of $231, and the cause of the abatement, multi-tenant commercial building, 1 unit is currently empty and not receiving water, thus making the sewer inactive. So we have 2 abatements. Do I need a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve the abatement both for map lot 42, map 42 lot 125, in the amount of $115.50, and map 42 lot 125 in the amount of $231.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Let me just use this copy to sign this one.
That's the one.
Huh? Yeah, this one's gonna get filed. Thank you. Okay, under old business, we got the insurance buyback program. I know Andy's been working on this with the finance department, Kim Ladishev. So I'm gonna let you.
I was looking at this, and so the yearly cost of the town for a single health plan is $10,824. When considering a buyback program at the rate of 30%, the payout would be $3,247. The savings to the town would be $77,576.80. So this really what we're talking about is how we're going to pay back to the employee who's going to opt out of the insurance. And she'd like to do it every pay period.
Yeah.
My suggestion was 4 times a year. What do you guys think about how we're gonna pay him back?
Frequency, huh? Yeah,
Quarterly's fine, I guess it's gonna be paid back anyway.
quarterly, I think quarterly's, in my opinion, and I'm not a finance person, would be a lot easier to track, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, I did look into this, and most communities, that's how they pay. That's how
Quarterly?
they, yeah, 4 times a year. I don't wanna do it once a year because, the town could, get burnt on once a year.
Right.
So I think 4 times a year would be the way that I'd wanna do it. However you guys want.
Yeah, no, I'm good with 4 times a year.
So, really, you just take the 3247,
Times
Divided by 4.
divide it by 4, and
Yeah.
that's what we'll, by quarterly.
Okay. Now, on the front page, what I'm going to call the cover letter memo, it said there are several considerations. Employee must provide proof of health insurance, health
Mhm.
coverage. Employee who elects to participate in the buyback may only enroll in health insurance during open enrollment or if they have a qualifying event. Incentives should be paid out prorated because if employer pays out full buyback at a time of election, the employee has qualifying event, then the town would not be able to recover that buyback, which is exactly what you were just saying as far as not paying
Exactly.
this year.
Mm-hmm.
Is my recommendation the buyback should be paid out, and she's recommending, 52 pay periods, but I think we should do quarterly. I think it'd be easier to, it's my opinion on that.
So I'll have to fix a 1, 2, 3, 4th sentence down.
Yep.
I think if she just, fixes the 52 pay period at $62.
Right. Just quarterly.
Just change that by quarterly, this is good to go.
Sure.
In the town, good Sam. Tom, Stan has a question.
Yes, Stan.
At last year's budget committee, the town had made the statement that they were gonna be reviewing the employees picking up 5%, 10%, whatever they determine. How's that gonna affect this if that goes through? You
As
have
far
a
as
set
who's-
amount here, rather than just going by strictly percentage. Because that amount's gonna change if you do go with the employee
Yeah.
responsible for X amount.
Maybe we should add something in there if in the event.
Very good point, Stan. That's a
I
very
mean,
good
yeah, we
point.
can just add in, an event that the insurance changes, this will change.
I think if
Yeah,
you were just
that's-
a percentage,
That's what I was gonna say, maybe it should just be a percentage instead of just a fixed number.
the language speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Because there's no doubt that, this buyback will save the town a lot of money.
I mean, she does have a percentage in there, buyback, when considering the buyback program at a rate of 30%,
30%.
the payout would be, so, maybe just a percentage.
Well, put presently in front of the amount.
Yeah. Yes, Tom.
It might also, when you pay the buyout, you're gonna pay it quarterly, paid at the end of the quarter, instead of the beginning of the quarter. Therefore, somebody has a qualifying event, say your time started January 1st, paid out March 31st.
Mhm.
Then if they decide to go, you know, they had a qualifying event in February, well, okay, that makes it easier rather than paying it at the beginning of the quarter. You're not gonna get it back, even though you're
Right.
only out a quarter's worth, but if you paid at the end, you know, so it's, you're paying it in arrears, if you will. for
Right, right.
that quarter.
Yep.
Or you need to do it in the rear anyway, in case your employment no longer existed.
Right.
Exactly.
You want to work with Kim on that, Andy?
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry, Doug.
Right, got a question for you. Is the town thinking of the excise tax, what was formerly the Cadillac tax, what's gonna kick in 2020? Once you reach 10,020 on a single, you're gonna be charged that excise tax now. I think
Well-
starting 2020.
We'll wait for this election, you know, to see what happens.
Because
But
they're saying that at least 40% of all the schools, municipalities, police and fire are going to the yellow plan. And that's what the school is
Mhm.
looking at right now. And we're looking at, we've already got a 10% that all support staff are gonna be contributing to their premium starting this year. All support staff.
Hmm.
We haven't done it to the administrators. We haven't looked at the teachers' contracts.
that's something that, you know, when we
Where's that bridge?
get into budget season and
Yep.
we'll have to, you know, look at the more with the health insurance, but this is just, you know,
Well, I agree
just,
on you waiting for, see who wins the election.
yeah, I mean, it's 20, I mean, we do have, you know, a little bit of time,
Yeah.
but, you know, but I do take that in consideration because, you know, working for the city, that was talked about, so you're right, Doug.
Now, you're not, you with your own health insurance company, you're not with school care anymore.
No, what was school care stuff?
Oh, you are?
Yes.
Because they gave us a presentation, I should give you a copy of that presentation that they gave the school.
Yeah, no, we didn't,
Yeah,
if you have a copy, it'd be nice.
I'll get you
No
3 of your copies
All right.
tomorrow.
All right, awesome.
Happy to do it.
Thanks, Doug.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Anyone else? Comments? Yes.
Just curious, how many potential employees will be taking advantage of this?
I mean, I don't know, I mean,
I know of one.
Okay.
I don't know yet, but, I mean, this is a start to start saving the town some money, and, you know, hopefully, it'll take off. I know the new town administrator that's gonna be coming aboard, the town that she presently works in, there's 3 people that take the town's insurance because they have this buyback. You know, but we wanna make sure people are covered, you know, this is not what, you know, so, but if they're covered somewhere else, then it's a perfect opportunity to, you know, take advantage of it. So,
Tom, you said you know one. Does that mean someone on this board?
No,
Okay, because
no. None on this board has insurance.
An explanation when you say I know one.
Well, let's just say, all I'm gonna say is I saw one person in this room put their hand up. So that's why I said I know one.
Just making it clear.
Yep, no. Okay. Any other conversation on this? No? Okay. So,
and this is really all of us. This, I take really no credit per se for this buyback. I just brought it up. Really, it's
No, he
the
ran
Board
with
of Selectmen.
Yeah, you ran with
and, so.
okay. Up next, we have the approval of the minutes. Good night, Brian.
Good night, Brian.
So we have June 18th.
Yep.
A motion?
Well, you guys ready?
Yep.
Any changes?
Nope.
Anything to look at? Okay, the first one, motion to approve was the ribbon cutting we had downtown.
Right.
It was great, Saturday 18, 2016 at 10 a.m. I'll make a motion to approve those minutes as written.
I'll second that.
Just abstain.
All in favor? Aye.
Note that in
Abstain, yep.
make sure Kathy gets these tomorrow, on Wednesday.
Yeah, I'll just put it on this pile over here. Okay, next one is June 20,
Regular minutes.
regular minutes.
Yep. Again,
I read
any
them,
question?
no questions, no. I'm happy with them. Any questions, Amy?
No, I'm good.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the Monday, June 20th, 2016 minute, meeting minutes as written.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. You go.
Very Sanders one.
Okay, now we got June 20 non-public.
It doesn't mention here that there's 2 sessions,
Yes.
okay?
Well, actually, there's 3 sections, and the last paragraph there, which says T-Gray motion to close non-public RSA blah blah blah, 91A3, 2B and C, and seal these first 3 sections indefinitely. So. You got them?
Sure.
Put on the bottom.
June 20.
Yeah,
Non-public.
yeah, right.
Is that the?
Yeah,
Yep. Yep.
yeah,
Okay.
go
Right
on.
there. Yep.
So, this is section 1.
Yeah.
Session 2. June 20th, not public, right.
Okay. They didn't put session 2 on the agenda, so.
I know, I've seen that, I just mentioned that.
Okay.
So
Well,
we
we'll
can
have to do
have it,
session
right?
2 next time, I guess. We can, I guess. I got them right here.
You got them, right there? Yeah.
Okay. Yep. It is.
So,
Yep. We did that.
okay, so we'll do the second session
Yep.
at a later date. Okay, so I'll make a motion, as the agenda dictates, to approve the non-public minutes, session 1.
I'll second it.
And as previously sealed.
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. You can do, well, it's not on the agenda, so we really shouldn't. Okay. Now we got June 21st, special meeting.
Here, Tom.
Thank you.
Do you have any pen?
June
No,
21st?
I may have just left them out in my office. Maybe a couple of balls. Do you have them?
Yep, right here. I didn't print it off myself, that's basically,
Do you have the 28th too?
yeah, 28th right here, yep. Yeah, you weren't here on the 28th, so I'll make a motion on that one. 21st would be you and Andy.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember reading this.
Yep.
I probably left it on my desk. Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the Tuesday, June 21st, 2016 public session special meetings.
I'll second it.
And I will abstain, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It's approved by the board, so the date, so if today's the 11th? Yeah, 7/11.
Yep. Okay, June 28th,
28th.
I'll make a motion to approve, you weren't here on that date, so. I'll make a motion to approve the June 28th Board of Selectmen's minutes as written, unless you have any questions.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Aye.
One abstention?
Pass that down to Mr. Rawson.
That was just with Heather. today.
Yeah, just a meet and greet, that's all it was. Thank you. Okay, Selectmen's comments. Andy, start with you.
The only thing I have really this week is I just want to thank Pat Smith and John Cadwick and the Pay brothers for working on the softball field. I know Karen Brown. I know I'm missing the janitor or the custodian director.
Bob Adams.
Bob Adams, I know he worked on it. If anybody ride by the new softball field they're building behind the elementary school, it's coming right along. A lot of it's just been all donated, and you know these guys. I know Pat Smith worked on that during his vacation. So it's just, I just want to thank them. It's a lot of work. I know that there's been a lot of talk about maybe, dog park in the old Lockhart field, but we'll cross that bridge when it comes.
Yeah.
That bridge.
I don't, I think it's a great idea, but we'll see. We'll figure it out. But anyways, I want to just thank them guys. Really, that's all I have this week.
Okay. Mike?
Okay, you guys looked over the expenditure report?
Did.
So I'll tell you I'll make an announcement that, first and foremost, I want to thank Kathy Wallingford, who's been struggling with me through this to try and keep this as updated as possible. And this last one was on 7/8/16, and we're actually doing remarkably well this year
Yeah.
on our budget. Remaining still we only use 25%. I have this feeling that number may change once Heather is in there and starts doing the hardcore numbers. I don't know, but it should be close. But again, I want to thank Kathy for doing this with me.
Thank you, Kathy.
Also, you don't hear this word from me very often, but I want to apologize to the members of the MEDC. And I'd like to say that I had a real good excuse for not showing up to open up that door, but and I deeply apologize for not showing up. I don't think we would have had a quorum anyway, but maybe if I showed up. Anyway, some of the things we were working on was to new member, Mr. Avery, and I understand that the mobile station is still in front of the planning board, Tom?
What's that?
The mobile station for 75?
The next meeting's the 19th. We didn't have one this
You
month.
didn't have it yet?
No.
Okay.
No,
So
we didn't have
we
one.
won't be meeting again, I think, till next month, We got a letter from US approves a rate for increase for Eversource, which kind of ran along with me, and I called Andrew Zeller
Mhm.
from the Solar Garden.
In Ocala.
Keller. I'm
Yep,
sorry, Keller.
yep.
And they're all finished with all the mechanical work. It's complete, and now they're starting to work on the electrical work. They'll start that next week. So we'll have I've asked Andrew to kind of keep us informed a little more often about where we're at with that. Next, they have the fire station. All the floors have been poured.
Yeah.
They started working on the curb cut. In fact, here, fellas, I got a show and tell, and for anybody else who wants to see it too. You, Andy. So the first picture shows the curb cut going in, the driveway, the entrance driveway. The second picture, this is, Stan, you ought to be interested in this, they're trenching the 6-inch line out to the road, in preparation for the tie-in to the town water. They also, tomorrow, they will be, tomorrow, right, Rich? Tomorrow, they're attempting to, go across the road. They make the cut across the road, one lane at a time. And we're gonna talk about Richard's participation on that in a second. We
Just so you
have,
know, the water district forgave the application, the fee for the cutting into the pipe.
thank you very much, Stan. That was
I'm not
nice.
sure if you were aware of that.
No, it
No,
wasn't.
we weren't.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The third picture is, you see the side of the steel that they started to erect there. Again, more of that pipe in the trench. I forgot why I took that picture. Twice. And more of the trench for the water pipe.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can give that one too, if somebody wants to see it. Also, on the 13th, the framers are scheduled to show up on the job site. And on the 14th, the pavers for the base coat
Yeah.
are scheduled to show up. I'll tell you, going through this whole thing, Nick has kept a close eye on all the spending going on. He's done a great job. He's had to move a couple of things here and there
Yeah.
with the contractor, but he's done really great keeping him within the perimeters of the budget on it. It was scheduled, I think it's tomorrow for another scheduled meeting with Heckman and Nick, and I'll try to make them again myself. I made it to the last one. We have a budget meeting tomorrow. No, we're off July. Never mind. Sorry, we're off July. Okay, I didn't make copies of this, but we're back to that, announcing the WEX program. And we're looking at the June totals. There was an amount of $5,405. But the savings with the WEX program of $2,762. So it's still working for us at this time while the prices are
Yes.
where they're at
All right. Oh, it's been a good program.
so far.
Yep.
Okay, I wanted to talk to you two fellas. We don't have a very good and in fact, this would be for the budget committee too. We don't have a great incentive for a recording clerk.
Right.
And it's because of what we pay them to come here. I'd like to look at, instead of being, what's it, $65, I'd like to look at $75. But for both committees, and I know that they have a budget and amount right now, but in order to get somebody in here, guys,
Yeah, we're not having much luck.
this is what we're doing for a recording clerk right now. And I covered the speaker. So, on me taking the minutes, so now he's really gonna be mad at me. So, all right, and last,
Good thing the meetings are on YouTube.
yes.
Yes.
So, I'm going over the budget, and I talked about this again. I'm talking about this for over a year, this carpet inside here.
Mhm.
And we were looking, in fact, it's in the minutes, I think, Tom, you mentioned last time, we need to do something about it, and we'll look into where we can find the money this year to do that. Even on a default budget. We don't create any money to do this, but find savings in the budget thus so far. So, in working with my help at the townhouse,
Mhm.
we found, and this is money that would have been expended anyway, but in light of the absence of the TA,
Right.
we hold on, let me get the rate. Go ahead, Stan.
You're better off to take, if it's a health and safety issue, you're better off to take it out of contingency. That's what that line exists
So,
for.
right, so, but if we don't have enough contingency, would you suggest, and I'm looking for suggestions.
What's in the contingency line? That's what it exists for.
No, he's right.
Yeah.
But I mean, if there's not enough, you can always, I mean, as a bottom line budget, we move money
You
around.
can move money
But you
around,
should
right.
exhaust that line first.
Yeah, yeah.
Seriously, no. Outside appropriation.
How much is in
Is that what
buildings?
it is, outside appropriation?
Yeah, it should be. They don't call it contingency anymore, they changed the name of it.
It's not in there, whatever it's been called.
It should be. It wasn't through the budget season.
Yeah, no, they changed the name of it from contingency to something else, I'm not
It's
sure.
usually on the last page.
Yeah, unanticipated expenses, right here.
That's what it is.
Yep.
It's not- As soon as you
There
said it,
is
it's
17,000 remaining in there right now.
And how much is the cost to do the rug?
we didn't get any quotes yet.
Any firm ones,
Yeah.
yeah, just,
Guesstimate.
Yeah, we're looking at about $18,000.
All right, so you exhaust that line and you're looking for $4,000 someplace else.
Yeah.
You can make that argument. But if you just start picking and choosing before you go to that avenue, because that's what that avenue's for.
Yep. Yep. Very good, thank you, Stan, shows your experience, thank you.
Well, so different than 8 years ago or so, we did the front steps under it. We
Yep.
did the same
We did.
reasoning.
Right.
yeah, we did.
All right, so I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask Pat.
Let's get some quotes.
Yeah, ask Pat to get 3 quotes, to look at this rug inside here and get it replaced. I've talked to the people downtown here too, I've also talked with, Pat, and it might be a good idea to do a combination of VCT and rug, as I'm working on a floor plan here. VCT being that when you walk in the front door, there'll be an aisle coming down here. Put throw rugs down there, it's more durable than a carpet. And then, this is an office area, so carpet would be the proper place for this.
Yeah.
And I did a query with all the people who work here, it's important that they have some input in it too. So, most of them had thought the idea between the VCT and the carpet was the the best,
Now, a few meetings ago, you had mentioned you may want to make some changes structurally to the office space.
yes.
Suggest you think hard about that before you put new rug or
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
you do now.
Well, we did. In fact, if you think about it, if we wanted to put some walls up, it's easier to do it on top of the carpet than cut carpet all the way around, all the little divots, and it's a lot easier that, it's cost effective that way. They drop cloths and they nail and they stand walls. So we had thought about that. Yeah. I haven't got the plans done yet, so at least I got them on paper right now. I hadn't got that far yet. That'll be coming up in the future, some of the future meetings we'll have. So, your liaison, do you want to ask Pat, or you want to?
I can ask Pat.
Okay, ask
Yeah.
Pat to get 3 quotes for the carpet down here. What I did is, this also has all the measurements on it, Tom. I
Okay.
can lay this out, before you ask him, I'll lay this out a little bit better for him, and then I can give this to him, and he can use this as a template. to
Well,
show
are you gonna be in town? Because I'm very seldom in town.
Wednesday,
Wait.
I can do this if you want Wednesday.
Yeah, because I'm very seldom in town anymore, so.
I'll take it.
All right.
So are we gonna put carpets back here?
That's a good, yeah, that's what I want.
I think it's a bad idea. Huh?
I took, the reason why I say carpet, and I specifically asked the people who are gonna be working in this building, they have to deal with that. This carpet, you notice too, when, right around when people start getting the sniffles and the sick and
Mhm.
everything, it's right around the heat comes on.
Right.
Start blowing up all kinds of stuff over here. We've had the ducts checked, the ducts are fine, but every time we did an air quality study, the carpet was mentioned.
So why are we putting another carpet down?
Well, it's a new carpet, this one's.
Well, it's gonna get old.
Yeah, this one you could use a lawnmower on.
I think we should get like a couple of quotes, carpet, VCT.
Flooring, yeah.
Some different, you know, I don't think we should put all eggs in one basket.
Painted plywood.
I was gonna say, anybody know what's underneath it?
Plywood.
Why don't
But
we
it's,
put-
but it was glued down, so that could present a problem too.
Why don't we just put an ad in the paper requesting quotes from everybody? We'll add to bring in a quote, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's what we get Pat to do. That's what we ask Pat to
Yeah.
solicit bids.
You need to consider the noise
Mm-hmm.
if you put wood floors in.
Right. Right.
I
Yeah,
don't think wood floors would be on the table.
Yeah, that's out of the budget.
Yeah, way out of the
For
budget.
sure.
Or even tiles. You know, I'm just
Mhm.
saying in terms of people that are
Sure,
working.
yeah. Let's see. So, what we were with this is we gotta see Pam, right? See if we have any money, to start paying back the ambulance.
Mm-hmm. I thought we already decided we were gonna stop paying back.
Yeah, but when do we wanna do this? Can we make a motion tonight? We gotta look at the money.
Yeah, we gotta look at it
Yeah,
first, but I
yeah.
thought we already talked about that a few meetings back.
Yeah. Again, it could probably get dropped in the wayside, so let's,
Because there was a couple different options. One was $20,000 a year, and the other was $25,000 a year.
Right.
And
yeah. So I'll get a hold of Pam,
all right. So we get that paid down.
and we'll find out if what is available and how much is available. We'll make a motion next meeting, okay? Ian?
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Anything
That's
else?
it. That's enough.
That's it? All right, I already touched on the planning board report. No, next meeting's not till the 19th. We didn't have one this month. Brownfield Grant Advisory Committee, they're looking at 1121 White Mountain Highway. That's the blue houses up on the ridge. They need some more information on that, so I'm gonna have to get with Pat and Brian on that, see if we get more information on that. They also want more information on Lockhart Field. And they're also looking at the Miller's General Store. So all 3 of those things they want more information on, so they can make an assessment of which direction they want to go. I got the email about the Economic Development Committee not being able to get in, and I was going to bring that up, but you addressed it, so thank you. But I'm just wondering, do you feel, the board feel it'd be a good idea to give the chair of each committee and board a key?
That's what I was thinking.
Because we've done that to the school board, and I'm just saying that way, nobody's standing out in the parking lot waiting for someone to show up.
So I was always the second person for
Mhm.
key. Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
And, you know, they have to go through the same key policy, sign for it and all that. Yes, Doug?
Can I ask you a question dealing with that? So I'll be able to pass it on to the next chair? Would that be a problem?
They would have to fill out a key policy again. You would have to actually
Return it.
Yeah, fill out a policy where you're returning it, and the
Okay.
next person will have to fill out a policy where they're receiving it.
Okay,
So that way it's on record of who has it.
yeah, I'll do that.
I did have one other thing.
Huh?
I did have one other thing.
Okay. So you guys think that's a good idea?
Yeah,
Do you want to give me a motion to?
Plus a security code.
Yeah, they're gonna need a security code, which I'm sure Kathy or somebody could help them with that.
I will do that. One thing too, depending on how many keys we have to hand out, we might have to have some more made up, it's a special key
Right.
line. You
Yep.
can't just get them any place, so.
Right.
I'll have to have some idea how many, make sure we have enough.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep. Larry, had your hand up. Do you want to wait till public comments or?
Well, this would be before your motion.
Okay.
Which is that the keys should be marked do not duplicate.
They are.
But secondly, going back into history, the planning board did meet downstairs in the Emma before we ever had a recording system. Because I happened to have the key that Suzanne had taken out for another meeting.
Mhm.
Our former police chief specifically did not want a key to the working part of the town offices because he did not want the involvement and the liability. That was, Mark's accountant's own decision.
That's because he was number one on the call list.
That even
So.
even more reason, but
Yeah.
the Emma does not have recording equipment, but for the number of times where a selectman would not be available for a formal meeting, it might be a backup as it's in the same building and a sign could direct someone downstairs easily. Or not.
It could, but I mean, I don't know why they couldn't use this room, and we have the recording equipment, that's what we have it for, so meetings can be recorded. Like the school board, like the budget committee, like the planning board, all of them. I think they all should be recorded. So,
I mean, the chair is taking responsibility,
Yes.
taking that key.
yes, his name's
So
on it.
they have to know that, by signing that waiver for taking that key, they're taking responsibility for this town hall.
Yep,
Keep that in mind.
My very point.
yep,
Well, we have very
yeah.
good,
Dedicated people in this town.
trustworthy people. I mean, so hopefully, we won't have any situations.
What's it, Steve?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So do we have a motion to do that?
I make a motion.
Second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So if you can look into how many keys you need, just find out how many department heads and, not department heads, I'm sorry, committee chairs and
So
boards,
you're saying that every committee and board can have a key, the chairman?
the chair.
Okay.
Okay, good, that should take care of that. I got also, there was a complaint that was given to us, and I don't know if you got it, Stan, this is from Arlene Marquis, about the water that was over there, and she basically is looking for better notice, because she was saying that she had some of her white clothes get ruined. So,
That was when the fire department was doing the test to
Pressure
see if the
test.
pressures were adequate without putting a cistern in.
right, okay. So, but she got me in the post office. I told her, if you want me to, mention it, you got to put it in writing. So that's what she did.
Yeah, I got a phone call because she thought we were flushing the lines, and we didn't.
Okay. That's it. Public comments.
Wait, I got one more.
Oh, you got one, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
One more.
I asked Chief Kraus to come here tonight because of the road construction. It's gonna happen tomorrow. We're gonna have one officer out in the street and one flagger.
The officer will be flagging as well.
Okay.
So one officer, one flagger on the other side, so we have a police cruiser due to the speeds and the dangerous area of 125. what my request to the board is, as we do with any other town agency that subcontracts with somebody else, is we don't charge the subcontractor the admin fee or the cruiser fee, seeing they're doing the work for a town department anyways.
Right.
The town already owns the cruiser, the town already pays the admin, so we don't pay the admin fee or the cruiser fee. So I just need the board to make a motion that we don't charge
I'll make a
SUR
motion that we don't
for
charge
fire
the
department.
admin or the cruiser
Yep.
fee, for the town of Milton.
I'll second it.
All in
Thank you.
favor?
Aye.
Aye. Yeah.
Thanks, Richard.
Thanks
What
for not
makes sense to
charging
charge
us.
yourselves?
UNH does it.
Anyone else? UNH does it, you said? Yeah. Stan?
Well, let's talk about a compost pile again.
You can talk.
July 2nd, Saturday morning, got up nice and early, full trail load of clippings. Go over to Barron Brothers, only to see the gates closed. I don't see no reason.
Was that the 4th of July weekend?
Yeah, I don't see no reason, or they should be at least open till noon time. But I don't see no reason why we can't have our own. When I went back, after I had unloaded my trail, reloaded it, and went back, I talked to the Barron Brothers. They don't put nothing in their piles. All they do is turn it, that's it. They don't do nothing. And he says it makes great fertilizer. So I don't see no reason that we can't have our own pile. Every time I go to the recycling station on Saturday, the load is sitting there, they have access to it. In between stuff, they can turn it. Whatever often they have to turn it, I don't know, once a week, once a month, I don't know.
Right.
But to ask people to take one bag in a small car, or 2 bags, or 3 bags, and make multiple trips to Farmington is not the way it should be. I mean, there's no reason for us not to have, us to have our own pile. It'd make great fertilizer if people use in gardens, whatever else they choose to use it for. I mean, we gotta give the people something in this town. You know, and we have the room, we have the equipment. There's no reason why we shouldn't have our own pile.
All right, you had your hand up.
Oh, I was just gonna volunteer to donate a little piece. I thought you were just looking for a place to dump clippings or leaves or something like that. I wouldn't.
We are. We are.
They can dump it out on the sawdust pile. I mean, if that's.
Yeah, but you realize what you're saying is this
Well, I'm not sure what, like.
to everybody in town now.
You're talking
Well, it's
about
not
making-
everybody. It's
making
really
a-
people around the lake.
Well, people that
No,
want
it
to
is,
use that
I'll stand.
service.
But people that want to use the service. But it's more or less people that really don't have a place to put it. And I was going to look into something too. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to go down there and look into it. But I was going to have an answer for you, Stan, hopefully sometime this week. But if you have a spot that you're willing, I don't think it's an
I'm not sure what
abundance.
this- Like, I don't want trash out there, obviously.
Oh, no,
But
it's
No,
like
no, it's
lawn clippings and leaves,
Yes.
but I don't wanna deny people, like, if you wanna turn it into compost and have people take it, you might as well have a town place.
Well, that's an aftermath of it, that's a pro to it, right, a
Yeah.
plus. There's many people that I've talked to that are looking for a place to bring it. You know, a lot of them now are dumping it places they shouldn't because they don't have access to a trail or whatever to get it there. You know, so I really think that when the $800 we're paying Barron Brothers, we wouldn't go through $800 in fuel just turning it at the recycling center. I don't think, I think this is an easy fix, I really do. And we have the blocks already there, just make area for the pile and then let the loader turn it, that's it. You know, when the recycling center's open, that's when you can go in. Those are fair hours. That was open July 2nd.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah. I won't tell you how much I yelled when I saw the gates closed.
Oh, you didn't have to. I think I heard you.
Because I was assured they were open on Saturday.
So. Okay, we'll talk to Pat. We'll readdress it again. So. Yes, Bob.
A few years back, I don't exactly remember when, the water line was pulled out of Veterans Park. If you drive by there, the grass is all brown. There's areas where there's no grass, particularly on the slope facing the street.
Okay.
Like,
Why was it torn up?
Why was the water line pulled out?
Request of the town.
I think it was Tony Mission, however you say his last name.
It was when Tony was here.
Yeah.
And he is the one who addressed the water department and requested it be taken and shut off.
Took away the light from the flagpole, so
So,
same time.
When you have people who show up there with their vehicles, with their own supplies, and they maintain as much as they can,
Right.
people carry water over
carry
there as well.
Yeah, they shouldn't
Yeah,
have
we're
to.
carrying waters for the bushes and the flowers,
Yeah,
but
they shouldn't have to
I
do
mean,
that.
you
No, they
have to
shouldn't.
have a tanker truck to water
Yeah.
the lawn, you know.
What would it take to get the water back on?
You're gonna have to put another line in there, put the line back in where it was,
Well, it stands
And then-
here. It's awesome.
Well,
and then put a
Yeah.
lock on it, lock that line.
first of all, I
Somebody have
can't do
control of
nothing
that key?
unilaterally.
What's
All right,
that?
has to go to the board. I can't do
Right,
nothing unilaterally. Secondly, we have to see where the line stopped.
Hmm.
I don't know. I wasn't involved physically being on site when it was pulled up, so I don't know if they just took 10 feet or if they took 50 feet.
Yeah, who pulled it up? Was it the water precinct or did our guys pull it out?
Can't answer that. Can't remember. We can probably find that out because probably Mark, our man Mark, Matt, one that works in Milton Hardware,
Yeah.
he probably was working for us then. He probably knows. So he
Could you
probably
find,
would
could you
run
find
us.
that out for us?
Yeah.
Because, no, I agree. I mean, there should be some way of taking care of that. I mean, people are carrying water.
Disgraceful to, you know, it's
Some of
veterans'
the old
park
people in
names.
town have been lugging water,
Yeah,
I've seen
water the
them.
plants and
Yeah.
stuff, it's a lot on them, and,
Yeah.
Yep.
you don't wanna have it locked anyway, you wouldn't wanna come by there like I seen one time down in Alton, at the cemetery, somebody washing their car on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, no,
Right,
You
yeah.
don't want that, you
Yeah.
know? That's not the purpose of it.
right.
We want
Could-
someone to
could you,
turn it
uh,
on and just leave, you know,
Right.
pranksters.
Could you look into that
We're
standard
not having a
report?
meeting this month, so it'll be next month,
Yep.
August, and we'll discuss it. If you, one of you wanna come to the meeting, you're welcome to. It'll be the last Tuesday of the month at the Water District office.
Yep.
You know where the pump house is on 125?
Yeah, sure do.
Used to be a garage, we made that an office.
Yep.
So right there,
We're
at
gonna
5
have that right
o'clock.
there, Stan.
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
Last Tuesday,
Last Tuesday, 5
Yep.
o'clock.
This
Of
month?
August. Of August.
You don't mind if I go too, just name?
Open to the public.
Okay.
It's small, you know, we probably can hold 10 people.
and all those veterans will volunteer to help out in any way we can.
Right, we'll
Yeah.
work
Yeah.
and help make that a reality.
And again, I can't do nothing unilaterally, but I'm pretty comfortable in saying that there will be no charge for reconnection.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure we'd vote to waive that, like we do with the fire department.
No, appreciate it if you can.
Then I can't promise.
Yeah.
I
Right,
can't do
no,
nothing unilaterally.
Yep, yep.
I like the
Understand.
Christmas tree we have there now, too.
What's
Yeah,
that?
the tree's dying.
I like the tree we have there now. I heard they were gonna put an artificial Christmas tree up.
But that tree's dying now.
But that tree's dying, that tree needs some water, or it needs a new tree.
Where'd you hear the artificial thing? That's the first I heard of an
Yeah, I
artificial
heard
tree.
that, they were either that tree wasn't gonna make it, they were gonna take it down and put an artificial tree in.
We recycle
I
plastic.
think that was an idea
That was an
Yeah.
idea that they had a while ago.
We're an our idea, so
No.
Yeah, that's the first I heard of
worry
it.
about it.
I think it was Pat Smith's idea.
It was a pretty wild idea, you know. Some of them trees look good, but not in a
Mm.
pot like that. But that tree, as you can see, that tree is on its way out. It's pretty
Yeah.
much had it.
Yeah.
And it's probably due to lack of water or lack of care, and
We'll look into it.
Looks good so far, yeah.
Appreciate it.
Doug,
Tom, I am 2 weeks older again. I was wondering what's happening with that ordinance.
absolutely nothing. We're gonna
I'm not gonna
table,
make it, Tom.
we're gonna table that until we get a new administrator in seated
I'll
in
wait
place.
that long for you. I'll be
'Cause-
patient.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
think I
that's
can
gonna
hold out.
that's gonna take someone sitting in there
Okay, thank you.
to do it. I mean, it's, you know, any one of us are out here working, trying to do our own jobs, and you just can't do everything.
I'll be patient.
Thank you. Like I said, we'll get it to you before you're gone.
can I bring something else up, Tom?
Sure.
Seeing home here, it's a little bit different. I had talked to Nick Marique about changing the name of Berry Road back to Berry Hill Road.
Okay,
The name was changed when we did the 911 thing,
right.
but the hill still remains, but it was taken out of the name. I don't know why the name was changed from Berry Hill Road to Berry Road.
Who's,
I believe it was, believe it was because Branch Hill Road took precedence over Berry Hill Road. And I think
It's-
that's really wrong to do that,
Right. And
to show preference to one road and no preference to the other.
When roads sort of start sounding alike,
yeah.
where
Well,
the 911 gets involved, and it could be, and I think that's probably what happened there, but talk to Nick.
But I
Yeah.
talked to Nick and he's filling out the paperwork, to send the
Yep.
paperwork into the state.
Yep,
see what the state says about it. After that, it will have to come here before the selectmen in this town.
Right.
But I mean, if you don't wanna put the name Hill back in Berry Hill, take the hill out. You know? The hill's still there.
Yeah.
And people still know it by that name. They don't know it as the other name. It's
Right.
not confusing. Jug Hill, Berry Hill, pretty simple.
No, Branch Hill and Berry Hill are close. I mean,
Branch Hill Road is on the other end of Milton Mills.
well, no, I
It's
don't
on the far
straight.
end.
That's where the berries grow though, on
That's-
the
yeah.
branch. right?
But
Well, there's
that's,
a lot of berries, like it was said before, there's a lot of berries there. Some ladies came to pick some, and they were told to go across the street up in the cemetery. There was a lot of berries there. Because that's a berry wicked
Right,
cemetery.
yeah.
yeah, okay. But typically 911, if names are so close,
Mhm.
they're gonna change something. So if a 911 call comes in for emergency purposes,
Right.
there's be no confusion.
When I talked to
Street
to Nick about it, the fire department, they didn't seem to have a problem with it, being confused.
The state would definitely answer that.
Yeah.
White Mountain.
I don't wanna say that it smacks of prejudice, but it does. Okay?
All right.
I don't own as much land as the Siemens do, you know?
That's fine.
Yeah.
So, Larry.
Larry Brown, as Mike said, there is no budget committee meeting for the month of July. Reason for that is the school board is finalizing its books for its year that ends June 30th. We do not have a recording secretary, and we do not have a town administrator. And when we come back in August and Heather is on board, we will be picking up the piece as we move into a budget season. The second thing I wanted to mention is in two parts. It goes back to what Les brought up from a different perspective. And what was not covered in your discussion is what happens if someone, not Les, some kind, generous, sweet member of the community.
That's less.
like me.
I'm not gonna second that opinion.
The vice chair of the library trustee files a Freedom of Information request, 91A. What do you do? And what I would like to suggest is what you do is you designate now and after the town administrator comes on board a 91A compliance officer. And you use my famous 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and it goes as follows. We are writing to advise you that 1, here it is. 2, we are, with the staff and resources available, working to comply with your request and will advise you of the date and costs of your request when filled. 3, the record your request is not held by the town. 4, the record your request is covered under the non-disclosure rules of 91A. You have four check boxes and a couple of open lines, and it's taken care of within the 5-day limit. You carbon copy the selectmen, you carbon copy the town administrator, and you carbon copy the town council. And in keeping with that, to simplify lives, you should have a policy that goes along for every piece of paper that the town has. And it says, employees' rights of distribution of materials received or noted in the course of their employment are the property of the town. Materials may be requested by any employee of the town under the same terms as obtained by a member of the public.
Thank you, Larry.
Yep, this is
Well,
fine.
I mean, moving forward,
Yeah.
1 month, we'll have a TA.
Yep.
And, I apologize for the 91As.
Right.
Wednesday. It'll be taken care of. You know, we're trying our best.
Anyone else?
The problem is 91A is clear, it doesn't say this, except if you have understaffed. You know, your hands are tied on this.
Yeah, you have a hard time changing that law.
Yeah.
You can't change that law. All you could do, I could see, was you would have to send a letter of acknowledgement.
That's what I was
To that
gonna say.
individual.
That's what should have happened. There should have been
Send a letter to
some,
that individual, letter of acknowledgement saying, we have received what you have given us.
That has
That
been-
makes that guy happy.
That has been the practice in the past.
Yeah, and that would have made the man happy probably to know that it's being worked on, not just shoved aside.
Wasn't shoved aside.
No, it was never shoved aside.
No, but it gives the illusion. It gives the illusion.
no, I don't disagree with that. And I mean, as a courtesy, Les, I give as a courtesy, you should have got a response.
I'm just saying that.
Yeah.
It gives that illusion.
Lesson learned.
We all know you're working hard up there,
Thank you.
you know.
You look
This
at
is
you
my
on,
first
yes, I'm
time
saying.
at your meeting, but I can tell you from sitting here in this chair,
I sent you
some of the things I hear.
some information, but I don't know, under the circumstances, whether you got it. Judy Schlenker?
Kathy?
Okay.
Thank God,
We
Kathy.
gave you a form to fill out and bring in for an appointment with the board. We haven't seen it.
I put it in the box,
What box?
out front.
Yeah,
That would have gone through Kim. When did you drop it off there?
Because you picked it up with Dana, because I was standing there with
Yeah,
her.
I
and
know,
she
but
told-
I have to be at work at 8.
Right, and she told you to please bring it back in so we could schedule you for a
Yeah,
meeting.
and all I could do was drop it in the box, and I
And-
did that.
It's the box out there for tax payment?
Yeah, but no, I don't know, just box for this town.
Do
you remember when you dropped it off?
Are you talking the box?
Friday or Monday, I can't remember.
Are you talking about the box on the other side of the building?
Mhm.
Okay, that's a tax payment box, so
Okay.
maybe
But
it's,
I checked that box today, I didn't see anything in it.
And we haven't seen it, so if you, when we're done here, I will schedule you, we can have you come in on the 20th.
Okay, it was a pretty big envelope.
We haven't seen it, I'm serious, because Dana asked me today, she says, you know, had Judith been in, and I said, I haven't seen her. So I says, I guess we'll have to wait till she brings it in.
Okay, I filled it out and dropped it in the box.
all right, well, if you can get with Kathy and apologize, but I don't know where it is or what happened to it. We haven't seen it. They're saying they haven't seen it.
Yeah, and I have some information in it too, because, I paid a lien and it was never signed off.
You did what?
I paid a lien and it was never signed off.
You paid a lien, it was never signed off. Okay.
You probably want to see Michelle.
No, this is a different department lien. Yeah, it's a different department, yeah.
Oh, I apologize.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. That would be, yeah. I'll tell you what, you're getting into an area that is probably a personal area. So that's why I don't want to, talk about it in an open meeting.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
So if you can get with Kathy, we'll make sure we get everything taken care of in the proper way.
I appreciate it.
Yep, thank you. Anyone else? Yes, Nancy.
Can you tell me when Mr. Gray will have the next selectmen and coffee
Open
meeting?
forum.
Actually,
Oh.
isn't it myself?
No, it's him.
Me?
You had yours and I had mine.
No, I didn't have mine.
You had,
It's
why not?
mine.
It's yours?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I'll be more than glad to do one. I don't care.
I just didn't know you had done it.
I hadn't yet.
All right, go for it.
All right. Sunday. Sunday, 9:30, 9 o'clock.
Where?
Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts?
Yeah, I mean, that seems to be the place.
Yeah.
Just had to put you on the spot.
Feel free anytime. So,
Okay.
all right. Anyone else before we? Okay. No other public comments. Any other business?
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Go back in non-public.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we gotta go back to the non-public. You're right.